I want to scan everything at this point of time. Or you can also go specific and you say that I want to scan this specific site, which is my IBM Global. You can define the list of sites which you want, my search to crawl and perform a real search there. Scroll it down. This is the two sites which I want to scroll at this point of time. All right. Now below you have an option that what exactly it is going to crawl. Option 1, crawl everything which is under the host name. And what is my host name? SPVM. Everything which is under this host name, please go and crawl that. Or only I can say that only crawl the site collection of each start address. Depending on the situation, we can define any of them, and then how this crawl is going to happen. One called incremental crawl, one called continuous crawl. Continuous crawl is going to scan the whole DMS from scratch every time, while incremental crawl is going to check how this crawling going to, how many data we have already crawled, how many data is newly updated. So incremental crawling will only go and scan the data which is recently updated, not the all data. But since my crawling has not happened at all, so we have to enable the very first feature, which is called enable continuous crawl. Now it is going to define that when this crawl is going to be happen. So by default, this crawl is set to happen every day, midnight, or we can say a start of the morning, which is 12 a.m. and it will keep crawling every 4 hours. So first crawl happen at 12 a.m. Second crawl happen at next 4 hours of the 12 a.m. and it will keep happening that. If I do not like this schedule, I can edit the schedule as well. I can define when you are going to crawl. First of all, daily, weekly, monthly. So if my data update is too much high, every day thousands of new file updated, we should go for a daily crawling. Or we can define that no, only you can go and do crawling on a weekly basis, because on a week's basis only you can get some new data, otherwise there is no point. Then run at every days, what the start time, and repeat every 240 minutes or whatsoever. I'm getting leave it default, and then full crawl at this point of time it's not running at all, so leave it, just click OK. So now we have given instruction when to crawl, and when the crawling happen, then only we can define the incremental, the first continuous crawl, and then the incremental crawl. And when we define everything here, we can go ahead and say okay. Now it's going to be, hold on for a moment. I see. All right, everything done. See, that's already exists. Yes, it's already exists, my dear. Thank you very much. Let me to have, click OK. Again, same server. All right, leave it blank. It's going to scan my whole site there. My goodness. Hmm. I'm only given this one. Just a minute. Just give me a sec. I have already copied this one. No, it's gone. Let me to have this one. Let's say start. Give me a sec. She doing magic. Not letting me to select that one. Let me check that now. I've selected the whole site. Hold on. Let me to have a content search again. Local SharePoint sites. Already it has appeared now. That's why it is not letting me to take. Let me to click this one. Yes. So by default, this site they have already taken. So let's wait. It do a crawling. And here I am going to define incremental, which is happening in every 2 hours. And also here also I am going to define the same option. So both have now incremental and continuous crawling. So one will happen at 4 p.m. at 12, which is already we are in that direction, and second one will be after 4 hours, and then the continuous crawling going to be happen. Look at that, what it is saying there. Now it say my computer is now start running pretty low memory. So my memory utilization is going 100%. Let me to check which service is going to consume more money now. We say that your IIS, where we are running my crawling pool, is going to take too much memory and a CPU. Both is now going to be highly utilized. So let's wait for a couple of minutes till the time it is going to run. And when this crawling complete, what will happen? When I come to my website, or we come to my site, when I try to search anything here with the name, it is going to give me that one. So when I say doc demo, once the crawling happen, it is going to search the doc demos from my site. At this point of time, nothing, because anyhow my whole memory has been gone. Let's wait. So it's doing a full crawl now. Wait for a minute. And then we have to disable this crawling, otherwise it will eat everything in my server. Still we have to wait for a crawling to complete. It has started now. Let's wait. So I'm going to do a full crawling. Let's see what the status. Still crawling happening.
Hmm.
We have so many sites. They say that 24 searchable items they have found so far. Let me to see if I can search this. Talk, demos. Still not. I think I'm typing a wrong spelling. Yeah. The total number of items is now increased to 284 because it's crawling all over my sites. And what my CPU status? 84. Memory is going 84. Should I stop this service? Because it is going to take time. So many items we did. We have our big site. Something is happening now. Still not. Yeah, yeah. Now when I search here on the top, it is going to display me. Yes, I found this one within IBM, and this is the document what you have, which is a part of IBM Global. It means that now I can perform the search across my site about about any document which is listed here now. right? And the number of items will keep increasing, increasing, increasing. So my current site is also now has been scanned. All right. So it means that now I can perform a search in my SharePoint site about any specific document, and whenever in future if you upload any new document, wait for the next 4 hours. After 4 hours, when crawling again happen, this document will appear in your search, and you can list it out, you can find it out. So let me stop the crawl now, because it is going to eat all my memory. All perfect now. So let me hit that one. Let me to change the schedule, and I say that please crawl it on monthly basis. Now onwards, and only crawl in December. Thank you very much. Click OK. So I change the schedule of the crawler, that only in December, and then in full crawl, I say that we do not require any full crawl, because this crawl is already happened. Next time when we do an increment, it should done the crawling or stop the crawling now. All right now. So let me check what the performance now I have. So what I will go. All perfect. So far what we seen that when I have a document, when I have my document library, within this document library, I can upload the document, and I can have a various columns which we want. But what exactly I look for? I look for every document which I upload, that document should follow my version, my document ID. So document ID is something which is a feature required to manage the record. We can search the document on the basis of the document ID. We can do the approval on the basis of the document ID. By default, SharePoint also say that I will give you a document ID feature where you can customize as per your company requirement what document ID do you need. For example, in my company, any document which we create, any lab manual which we create, we follow a document ID. For example, it will start with the word TPCS, and then it is going to say that its document is for India, then I will use the word India, and then I decide this number. And after that, when the document created, it will keep appending the number 001, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and it continues. So in this way, I can control that every document which we create, within the document, we have a document ID. But when we see a SharePoint, I do not see a document ID at all. And when we do not have a document ID, it is very hard for me to recognize which document, because all are lab manuals. For a SharePoint, I may have a 10 lab manual. Which SharePoint lab manual I am talking about? I can go and track that lab manual using a specific document ID. And this is what my customer last requirement is. What they say, I also need to track the document on the basis of a document ID. So let's enable this document ID feature in SharePoint. First, enable the views. Have a control. Go back to the document library or enable the column which required a document ID. Maniki, have a control. Go to library or just add a new column in this existing view. I think column is already there. Close this one. Just cross this and just modify the view only. On top, below, just modify the view. Scroll down till you see a document ID. What have? Not have? No document ID? When document ID is not there, it means that how can we go and track the document? Scroll down. We do not have a document ID. Let's do one thing. Let's first install that feature and then we see here whether the new column appear or not. Go back to your main site, go to the site setting. Let's enable document ID feature on my SharePoint. Go to site setting. It's actually slowing down the whole server, right? Yeah, come to the site collection feature in a site administration. Yeah. Click site collection feature. Scroll down, you will see a document ID service, which is a fifth or sixth number. Yes, I'm able to see a document ID service. Exactly. Activate. I think it's done. Document ID service is done. Now go back to the document. We will go back to site library. Yeah. Click the documents and then go to document library. And click library setting. Yeah. Scroll up. It's going very, very slowly. One minute. Huh? One second. Huh? Just give me a time. This is a search service. No? Let me to end the task. So after sometimes we have to, maybe tomorrow if I get time, I will remove this one. All right, so where we are, go to the document setting. Scroll down now. All perfect. Now go back again to a document. Library. Library setting. Create a column. Zooming down. Solve it. Looks good for me. Either we can add a column or we can create a column. Hold on for a moment. Mhm. Give me a minute. It's stable, but it's still not visible. Let's see. Let me reboot this server. Let's have a break here.